everyone, Mike Arnold here, co-founder of Path Trading Partners along with Bob Iacino. Let's do an Ethereum and Ripple update. Ethereum, new defining point on the trend line, a close above the 1079 level. This one's a little tricky because it'd have to do a first stop reduction around 1097, declining moving average coming in with the 50% retracement level from this big sell-off. Then the 1,117, the 1,156 are the additional targets to the upside. The first target is 1,117, also lines up pretty close with the prior major support level. So that's the breakdown level. So that's going to be support turning into resistance. Now, we also have another sloppy double top here. So, I mean, it's sloppy because there's this hitch in it that it's sort of a big hitch, but it's interesting to see where these levels take us. So if it does get a close below this 960 area, which also lines up with another key GAN level, really nice projection there, then we'd be watching for the targets for the double would be 900 or 955, so 900, 870, and then another lineup with a GAN level and the projection from the double right around 841 right on top, and that would take us to a 62.5 retracement of this last big major up move. That would also put us below the level we didn't want to see it really drop below if it was going to remain bullish of about this 885, but we could have a spike down and a close back in this zone. Also, what's interesting now, the flat 200 is coming in at right at this 0.5 level. That's what makes this, there's no way I'd ever short this double top, but that's where some price action might come in for buyers, so keep an eye on that. Let's check in on the daily chart. Daily chart, you got the 8 still coming down. We're still holding below the flat 21 at this point, so you see the big run up, and now it's just moving sideways, holding at these key levels. So depending on which way it breaks, we have the upside and downside targets listed out. Switching over to Ripple, which also, this is a little cleaner double top pattern. It's very interesting. A number of these cryptos have very, very similar patterns. It's almost like there's a bunch of the same algos trading them exactly the same. Very interesting. So I bet you we're going to see a lot of similar moves trigger at the same point, whether up or down. Now, Ripple, we'd need a close. There's a trend line here with a defining point. The defining point's this 167.59, but we'd be looking for a close above 171.90. And then we'd be looking for targets the upside 182, and then around the 190, 191.50 to 193 would be the next major target up, and we'll show you where this green line came from on the daily chart. Double top, if it gets a close below 145, then we have some interesting downside targets. We have a nice GAN cluster, and the first target coming in at 131.50 to 131.80, so that's really spot on. So if we do get a down move, that's the first target. Next target takes us between the GAN support rotation zone, which would take us to 124, and the bottom target lines up pretty spot on with the 62.5 retracement of this up move, which comes in 118.14, and the 62.5 comes in 117.58. So the 117.50 to 118 level is going to be very key. And then you have another GAN cluster from this big sell-off right below that 115. So that's going to be a very, very key support level should this pull back. That's what you'll be watching for in Ripple. You can see we've got now the declining 21 on the daily chart. So if we get that close above the 172 level, then the rotation zone is out of the way and it runs up to the upside, and you can see that green line is also prior resistance, then becoming some key support, and then breaking. So that's why that's on the chart should we break to the upside. So those are what you'll be watching for in Ripple. Again, thanks to everybody who's been watching some extra videos to help us get our hours up so we retain our YouTube creator status. And if you're new to this channel, please like, subscribe, and comment. And we really appreciate everyone here who's learning to trade the cryptos, learning some of our strategies, and continuing to evolve their trading skills. We'll talk to everyone soon. Bye for now.